My name is Jahnvi Patel, and for my senior May project, I worked with the Media Relations Department at Corewell Health. Specifically, I worked with their Senior Communications Manager, Marianne McLeod. My goals going into this project were to gain a deeper understanding of how media is created and distributed, especially within the healthcare sector, and to explore how media relates to public health efforts. Marianne does many things for Corewell. She's responsible for identifying and pitching unique stories about Corewell to the media. She serves as a liaison between Corewell health employees and journalists, and she collaborates with Corewell staff to highlight advancements in care, innovation, and research. We had various things to do. First, we help research story ideas by identifying health related observances like Women's Health Week. And through Marianne's connection in the field, we were able to find Corewell Health stories that we could pursue further. Through my experiences watching the filming of news segments and talking with doctors, I learned about the importance of being intentional with language, timing, and the difference it makes when people feel comfortable and confident. We also worked on biographies for Corewell employees to put on the Newswise website. These biographies are professional summaries that help media groups find and select experts to feature in interviews or news segments. These biographies had to be relevant and interesting so that the media could feature Corewell Health employees when experts are needed. I also contributed to writing media pitches and researching messagings that doctors and journalists could use in interviews, making sure the information was clear, factual, and helpful to the public. This gave me a new appreciation for how careful communication has to be when discussing healthcare. You want to be informative, but also accessible and clear. One of our biggest projects was taking part in a media event. There were 5 channels that came out to the Troy Hospital to film a reunion and interview with an emergency doctor who saved the life of a girl in her fitness class. I spent a lot of time meeting with everyone involved and working with them to find ways to incorporate heart health education. Marianne also guided us through the process of writing a media alert, which is sent out to stations and outlets to inform them of the event. I was lucky enough to also take part in a CPR demonstration with one of the CPR experts who also took part in the interviews for the event. It was an amazing experience that allowed us to really understand the work behind what we see on TV.
Today.
Sure was. A 27-year-old who suffered a heart attack met the person who saved her for the first time to jump in and save Emily's life. They both have an important message for any bystander who witnesses someone having a heart attack.
I think the biggest thing is everyone thinks that somebody else is going to jump in, that there's going to be somebody more qualified there, and that's not always the case. Just be confident.
The hospital.
They told me someone in my class had saved me, and I didn't know who it was, but I immediately recognized her when she came in at the hospital. We'd taken classes together before, and I just didn't know her name, so it was emotional in the hospital for sure when she came and visited me. Just thank you. Thank you again.
My pleasure. I'm so glad I was
yes,
there.
I'm so glad you were there.
Something I learned is how media strategy plays a role in building public trust. We live in a world where misinformation spreads easily, especially in health and science. So media teams like Corewell's have a huge responsibility to make sure people receive accurate, reliable information and to do so in ways that will actually reach them. Cranbrook prepared me very well for this experience. Throughout my time at Cranbrook, I've developed strong research skills, the ability to collaborate well in teams, and solid time management. All of these helped me contribute meaningfully during my time at Corewell. And I even got to connect with Dr. Akil Gulati, an interventional cardiologist who's also a Cranbrook alum, which was a really cool full circle moment. Overall, this internship gave me amazing insight into the medical field, not just from a clinical standpoint, but from a communications and public health perspective. It showed me how media can be a powerful tool to inform and educate. Media relations, communications, and public outreach are all essential parts of a functioning healthcare system. This made me realize that no matter what role someone plays, whether they're treating patients, telling their stories, or helping to connect the public with vital information, they're all working toward the same goal, making the world a healthier place. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to learn from Marianne and the entire Corewell team.